Welcome to the perfect ban list, where you, the community, you decide what to limit, restrict, unrestrict for the most perfect version of Yu-Gi-Oh! This is the perfect ban list. Now, based off the last episode, the top comments, they have recommended, they have demanded that every barrier statue, as you can see the new icon under the new cards being banned here, the barrier statues are gone. And for the crime of defeating an Egyptian god deck, Dark Law and DPE have been, I would say, possibly unfairly banned, but we want to increase the chance for Egyptian god to be winning in a perfect version of Yu-Gi-Oh! You also decided to ban Apollo USA and ban Baron DeFleur. We also decided, off of the top YouTube comments, you gotta upvote it, the pots are all banned. Goodbye to every single pot. And unfortunately, Ninja, the newly released structure deck, I'm not sure how many people are even playing it. Is it good enough to do well in this tournament? Let's begin with the perfect ban list. Hajime. Perfect ban list. The community has banded together to create the perfect Yu-Gi-Oh! Ban list, encompassing everything we love in Yu-Gi-Oh! Powerful cards, interactivity, and perfect balance. But of course, we won't get it perfect on the first try, and that's where you come in. Initially, the ban list is created by Twitch chat. After every episode, it's up to the top 3 most liked YouTube comments with one big change to help improve the ban list. This could be anything from unlimiting, limiting, forbidding cards, or even banning entire deck types. Now, let's embark onto the perfect ban list. Back to the perfect ban list. You went 4-0 with Lunalite? Ain't no way. We have Monster Negate. We also have Negate Anything. Harpy Feather Duster, do we negate? We're going to be special summoning a Plunder from the extra deck, so we're not negating. Droplet, sending a monster and a spell, so both are negated. Damn, this is not looking good for Yuri. Completely negated, losing both of our negates and our summon from the extra deck. You what, mate? You what, mate? All right. We're going to be re-equipping the Draco back at least. Borbo into Zeus. Is Zeus allowed in a perfect ban list tournament? You tell me. Rank it up into Tiger Mortar. Rank it up into Hammer Kong. Rank it up into Chakanine. Rank it up into Trident. Rank it up into Zeus. That is a 6 material Zeus full field wipe. Now the token combined with evenly matched forces your opponent to banish everything but the token. Unfortunately, Zeus has dealt with the token. Illusion of Chaos, grabbing the Magician's Souls, sending the Illusion of Chaos from the deck to the graveyard for the Magician's Souls. Draw 1 by discarding our 1 evenly matched. Discard a card to summon the Golden Hair from the graveyard. Zeus, wipe up the field before Link summon. And now we can triple Tactics Talent, take control of the Zeus. We can't activate it unless we have another card in the field to send. We do have a normal summon. And there we go. Let's smack for 45, and then link with the Zeus instead of having to activate it. MP2... Blackbeard is here. Now, we could summon a Plunder Patrol from the extra deck based off the attribute that is in their graveyard. They have an Earth monster in the graveyard thanks to the Zodiac, so we're going to be able to summon our Jord. Jord is going to be summoning a token onto the field, giving them a fire token. Very nice. Okay. Blackbeard is quick effect into that Plunder summon. Pot of Avarice, return 5, draw 2? Ain't no way. Okay, we're chaining the Plunder before we're not able to summon one if there isn't an Earth attribute in the graveyard. We're gonna Booty. Use the Booty, change your monster into a Dark, summoning our Plunder from the graveyard, going into the Plunder Patrol ship Moark to discard a card to banish a monster. Now, Whitebeard being sent to the graveyard, special summoning a Golden Hair from the deck. Kurikara, tributing every monster on the field that activated their effect and boosting up to 3,000 attack. Very well done. Special summoning into Nibiru. You summoned 5 monsters during the opponent's turn, allowing them to Nibiru on their turn. That's a huge token. 7,500 defense token, and we're ending our turn. The patrol booty is gone because we don't control plunder. And that is a scoop Round 1 of the perfect ban list. S-Force ain't no way. Isn't this like the worst deck you've ever seen or what? Prepare to be wrong, maybe. S-Force, Bridgehead, searching for Gravitino. Razor, special summon Gravitino. Gravitino grabbing the S-Force Chase. Interesting. Wait, is Masquerena an S-Force monster? What the heck is she doing with them? We're going to be triggering the Parallel Exceed off of a Link Summon, summoning another Parallel Exceed from the deck, making Splash Mage. Splash it up into a Transcode Talker, and then end our turn. What did happen? Each of your opponent's monsters in the same column is banished when it leaves the field? Sure. Wouldn't you want to put this in the extra monster zone column so that their monsters are, you know, you're pretty much guaranteed to banish something? Ash, negate the field spell from searching for a Scareclaw. Finger the Ash, negate. Okay. S-Force Chase is doing what? Target face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of S-Force monsters you control with different names. Return them to the hand. 1. Return 1. Okay. Focus. Negate the Ash, but you are still negated on the search because we spun you back. Was that a good use of the trap, though? Should we have waited for the Tryhards? Tryhard is here. Could summon a monster from the graveyard, then search our deck for a Scareclaw, forcing everything that could go into defense. We have the Astra, which allows us to perform additional attacks. We have double attack now. We have triple attack now. 3,900, triple attack. Attack number 1 over the Access Code Talker. Attack number 2, piercing bow damage, and lethal damage of the Scareclaw. Just like that, a quick game, clapping up S-Force, and I still have no idea what S-Force do. Foolish to the graveyard to activate the right-hand shark, special summoning itself onto the field. Is this Crooked Cook? No, it's not. Dugaris is here. We're going to be detaching materials to Reborn the Deep Sea King. What the heck did the Deep Sea King just do? Whoa, Trushilla! Banishing a card from the hand, field, and graveyard, but you just banished against a Thunder Dragon deck. Not a good idea as it triggers to summon a Thunder Dragon Roar from the deck. Making a White Aura Monoceros. That's got a long nose. What the heck? It's gonna be reborning the Deep Sea King again? Okay, I think it's a hard once per turn. It should, if it's not. It is soft once per turn, it looks like. Discard a card, special summon as many level 4 or lower fish monsters as possible from your deck. Ain't no way. Swarming the field again with Deep Sea King. Adamancipator Dragite is not going to be activating. It does have a spell and trap card negate. Shokan into Chang Ying. Holy moly, who let fish cook? Boda going into Coral Anemone. Anemone can reborn a water monster from the graveyard. We're going to special summon our Abyss Shark, searching for a Silent Angler. Angler's here using a 4 and a 5 for an Exceed. Makes sense, right? 4 plus 5 equals rank 4 Exceed. Everything is now water. Special summoning our water from the graveyard. Activating to special summon another monster from the graveyard. Now making Deep Sea Prima Donna. Deep Sea Prima Donna is going to be activating to take the opponent's banished monster and return it back to the hand. Okay, thank you for doing that. Sure. Target an opponent's banished monster, add it to your hand or special summon. 1 level 4 or water from your deck. Okay, sure. Add it to their hand. So we were able to special summon the Testudo Erat Newman by returning the Roar back to their hand. And what this card states is, neither player can special summon monsters with 1,800 or more attack. That's a pretty nasty floodgate. What the heck? We also have all monsters in the field are water, and we can non-target pop 1. We also have Chang Ying, which could banish a monster on the field and a card in the grave, even a back row card. We have Dragite, which could negate a spell and trap. How do we beat this? What the heck? That's under 1,800. We tribute summon, since we couldn't summon a Colossus. Searching for Dragon Matrix. We're big enough to take out the Testudo Newman. We just reduced ourselves to 0 attack with the Ice Barrier. When an attack is declared involving an opponent's monster, change the attack to 0 and negate its effects. What the heck is going on? We're going to use the other effect to Ice Barrier to send a water to add a water in the graveyard back to our hand. And because we banished, that's going to trigger the Chang'ing to banish the back row and a card in the graveyard. Regain's going to activate. We're going to negate the regained with the Dragite so you do not draw a card. Holy moly. Boda, you are nuts. I need this water deck. You better make it to the top cut. All right, we got Fish Sonar now. Anemone, big enough to take out the Dragon Roar, which has been permanently reduced. Summoning a monster smaller than 1800 or more attack. And it's for both players. He also can't summon anything bigger than 1800. All right, we can't Thunder Dragon Fusion for our Titan. It's too large. We have to be under 1800. He scoops it up. Boda with the craziest deep sea fish king deck I've ever seen. The only one I've ever seen. Let's go. The Gursu, newly at 3. You can play 3. That is nuts. And that's it. Okay, well, that was a very long turn. Crescendo is not activatable. Borland will negate. Masquerina will link off during the opponent's turn into a unicorn or a goddess. And we have Monster Negate with the Fog Blade. We have a Dead Gamma. Let's go. Soul Crossing. What the heck just happened? Holy moly, slow this down. Soul Crossing. During the main phase, immediately after this effect resolves, tribute 1 Divine Beast monster. And when you do, you can tribute monsters your opponent controls even though you do not control them. And then until the end of the next turn after this resolves, you can only activate 1 card or effect per turn. Okay. And then we are summoning into an Egyptian God Slime from the extra deck. Guardian Slime in the graveyard activating to add a spell or trap card that mentions the word the Winged Dragon of Ra in its text. Negate. YouTube banned DPE and Dark Law for the Catalyst. So the Catalyst, this is all for you. You better win this whole tournament. We can't keep banning every deck that beats you. Now we got the Skeleton, spell speed 1, since we don't have the field spell to make it quick. We're going to summon our Galatea with the Crescendo. It will negate any back row card, even the Droplet, because he didn't send the Slime. Crescendo, negate. Now the Egyptian God Slime, 3000 attack, 3000 defense, cannot be destroyed by battle. Very, very good. Okay. Your opponent cannot target other monsters for card effects. We're going to use the Orchestrated Return, discard the Nightmare to draw 2. And now we're making a non-target send Dingirsu. Send a card to the graveyard. Goodbye to the Reflect Slime, that is. Grefford discarding, sending an Abserator. Abserator activating, so is the Jackalope. Jackalope is going to be special summoning a Danger from the deck in defense. That's going to be Nessie. Nessie is here as we add our Recharger. Why is this deck legal? What is going on? We are going to be banishing the Chaos Space, returning the Gamma to draw into a Gamma. Banishing a Light and Dark to come forth and summon our Chaos Ruler. We're going to use the Nightmare targeting the Chaos Ruler to then send a World Wand from the deck to the graveyard to boost up the Chaos Ruler. Banishing the Wand to summon the Harporer. Link up into a Nightmare Unicorn on summon, discard, spin back the Egyptian God Slime with over 8,000 damage on the field. Lethal. YouTube, please ban something in that deck that is not okay. Ninja in the perfect ban list, yes. Kagaru on summon a monster face down. Mitsu, if you control a face down or a ninja, come forth and special summon. Send 2 ninjas to the graveyard to make a Maizen. Now we're going to use the Ninjutsu Art Tool to destroy itself to then resummon the Kagaru back in the field. And with the Kagaru and Mitsu, we might make a play. I think maybe Saizo into a Dancing Leaves also could have been a potential play here. This is okay, though. This is fine. We have a monster negate. Plus, if they activate anything, we could summon a monster from the deck. So we could chain Maizen to the Impermanence. Summon from the deck. What are we summoning? From the deck, we have a Tobari. This is going to be a monster negate with the Mitsu and a fusion summon with Tobari. This is great. The fusion summon is going to banish a card in the field. Do we banish the Sarah? Kagaru being flipped face up, going to activate to summon another monster from the graveyard face down. And now, this is where we got a Tobari, I think. Ooh, we allowed him to set to then activate a trap to trigger the Sarah. We're not banishing, but we have Ash Blossom to negate the Sarah from summoning a trap tricks from the deck. All right, Boria is going to be targeting a plant in the graveyard to summon. That is something. We're going to equip the Pudika from the graveyard, send it to the graveyard to search for a field spell. The Coliseum is going to be searching for a Therion, Omni Negate. Link this up into Adipus. Now, Adipus has the crazy effect of all trap tricks gain 1,000 if you have a normal trap in your graveyard. Also, you can target face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of insect and plants you control, negate their effects. You could also banish a normal trap from the graveyard to pop a card. We're going to have to banish it right now. With Yagumaru. Yagumaru on summon, banish a ninja card, get rid of Adipus before it could even activate, and now we're going to search for the Omni-Negate Therion. Regulus, equip the Borea. You could send Borea to negate anything. Huge 3,500 attack. Goodbye to the Maizen. Now, do we have any trigger effects on flip here? We do not. Nothing on flip. The notebook is great. It's going to set a ninja from the deck and or graveyard and a ninjutsu art. A great negate. We had to negate that. That's a +1. Now, we're going to be sending for another Yagumara. Since you already used your negate, we're going to banish a ninja, banish you, flip up the Mitsu to now go into a Maizen. 2,500 direct attack. You are allowing the Maizen to now activate to summon a ninja from the deck. Now, you are summoning Pudika to banish the Maizen just until the next standby phase. This was not worth it. Come forth. Ninja. Hanzo missed the timing, so it's not a good one to summon. Baku can recycle a ninja card in the graveyard. Now, the ninjutsu notebook states that you can only use each effect once per turn, so even if the activation is negated, you cannot activate it again. And also because you targeted our Maizen, we're going to return it back to the extra deck to summon a Kagaru. Maybe we shouldn't have done that because the temporary banish until the next standby phase. We're going to have to set the notebook since we already attempted to activate it, or we could just re-summon the Maizen right now. Sure, why not? And now we got it set. This could summon a Geo from the deck. That could be something. Pudika, banishing Tobari. We are now going to be using the Pudika, even though it did not banish anything, it still had to return a banished monster back in the field. That is nuts. We are responding to your activation to summon a ninja from the deck, and we are setting up with our notebook to double set. We're going to set up a Dancing Leaves, not activatable the turn it is set, setting a Maizen from the graveyard as we now summon a Geo. The Geo is a floodgate trap hole. It's going to flip both of your monsters permanently face down. You cannot flip them back up. Tobari's going to fusion summon at the end of the main phase into a Yagumaru, which will banish a card. What are we banishing? Probably the back row. Banish our Maizen. Goodbye to the impermanence. Now, Maizen can make all your ninjas attack directly. We have 4,500 damage on the field, 6,000, 8,000 damage on the field into a floodgate trap hole, but the Maizen could summon another monster from the deck, which we didn't do. Huh? Chain Maizen summon for lethal? Ain't no way. It does not matter, because we have, what is this, the third and final Maizen? Lethal damage, flip down the opponent's field, they cannot flip it up, attack right over it. Ninjas in the perfect ban list. Uh-oh. Holotea is going to be summoning a Sarah, which is not going to block the attack because we could just attack right over it. Using the effect of the Maizen to summon a green ninja from the deck. Lethal damage. Very good. Thunder Dragon again in the Meta Weekly. Okay. Chaos Space, discard, grab the Chaos Creator. Allure of Darkness, draw 2, banish a dark, goodbye to the Chaos Creator. We had no other darks in the hand. The Corridor is going to put the Creator back on the deck and then be sent to the graveyard for a Colossus, which you have not banned in the perfect ban list. Now the opponent cannot add cards from the deck to the hand. What the heck? Pancratops is here. Have no fear. Petting Source, special summon a Madolche from the deck. Ash, negate. I do not think so. So the putting Sis into the Exceed, that was the play that we stopped here. Salon is going to be performing an additional summon into the Messengelato, into the Glass. Glass is going to be able to spin up to 2 cards from either player's graveyards back into the deck here. Messenger back so we could resummon it. Corridor to be recycled. Salon is going to be setting up with the Chateau to boost up the fields. Now, the Colossus could banish from the graveyard to protect itself from destruction. So we're just going to protect, and it's as much protection as you want, banishing Thunder monsters. Well, there's no more Thunder monsters in the graveyard. Now, we are going to use the Pancratops within the battle phase to then get called by, to get negated from actually destroying the Colossus. Negate! Madolche Cupcakes in a perfect Banlist tournament. I think that makes this quite perfect. Yes, actually summoning Zeus? Ain't no way. The Petting Sore locks you in a Madolche only, but you negated that effect, so I could summon Zeus. Pretty sure it does. I'd have to read it. We are going to be detaching in response to the Gold Sark to send the Colossus to the graveyard. We're also going to negate the Gold Sark with the Madolche Promenade. Negate. So we're gonna have to YOLO the Allure of Darkness with no dark monster in the hand. Petting Sore, Petting Sore. Okay. Come forth. Yeah, the Petting Sore does lock you into Madolche only, which was negated. Randomly drawing into the Creator to then banish it. Chaos Space, also drawing. Get lucky. Return the Creator. Dragon Matrix. That is not good. Now, there's no materials under the Zeus. Not enough to send the field to the graveyard. We are now going to be Vernisolithing, which will get negated by the Ash, attempting to special summon a monster from the graveyard and search. That's a big negate. Now, Angeli could summon a monster from the deck, which will be our Hoot Cake. Hoot Cake will banish to summon a Petting Sore. Petting Sore will summon a Messenger or Pudding Sis. And now we are making our Tiramisu. Tiramisu is going to be spinning the field back into the deck, and we're returning our cards back into our deck. Now Shokan into the Chocolate, which will return a monster from the graveyard back in the deck, triggering its effect to summon a monster from the deck, which will be the Messenger. Yes? No, Magileine for lethal damage. We don't even need to summon the Messenger. And just like that, Madolche Cupcakes, lethal with the Hoot Cake. Okay. All right. Let's go. Keknite wants to go second, so well, we don't want to put any cards in the field to set up the columns to get them going. We got the Gursu getting negated from sending a card from the deck to the graveyard, also summoning a token. Negate. Editor Magic. Negated from the token. We're going to declare level 4, reveal the top of our deck until we can summon a monster, and if it's not the level we summon it, thank you. We are summoning the Assault Synchron into Galatea. And if the Assault Synchron's not summoned through its own effect, then it does not lock you into Synchro only. We now have the column for the Mech Knight to get Nibiru'd after 5 summons. Ain't no way. Tributing Nibiru for a Kaiju. We are then in the column Red Moon to destroy the Kaiju. And now we're flipping up the World Legacy key to add back the Gursu that was negated. We cannot resummon it since we already used up our normal summon. Now, what is our play here? Focus. Slime and a Slime. Dark Contract with the entities. I don't even know what that does. We're going to use Slime to get Fusion Shokaning. We're going to... Oh, it is a Fusion Summoning card. Okay. We're making the Flame King Genghis going into the Deus Machine X. Now, what does this activate? We're going to draw a card, then discard a card? Huh? Okay. If you summon a Pendulum monster, you draw, then discard Nibiru. Interesting. Goodbye to the token. We could go into a Zeus if we want to, but we're not going to. We're going to use the Machine X to suck up a monster that activates. We could suck him up. It does not negate, though. Mech Knight Purple is going to banish the suck. So you are not sucking up the Gursu. You're not gaining another material. And you do have to pop your Triple D card still. That's kind of devastating because we needed that second material to suck up again. Reasoning, declaring level 2, this time summoning a Kashtira Unicorn off the top of the deck, searching for a Kashtira Birth, which could reborn it back from the graveyard after being used to summon Lib, the World's Key Blade Master. We are going to negate and take control of the Lib. Come to me. Negate. Now, Mech Knight Purple, the blue knight that is, not the purple one, is also going to be searching on summon. And then we're going to be using the Kashtira Birth to reborn the unicorn from the graveyard. Shokan to the Morningstar. Morningstar is going to be discarding a Mech Knight to grab a World Legacy Secession, which will reborn a monster from the graveyard to where our Link monster is pointing to. And then, with the World Armor, we're going to be searching for a World Legacy Memory. World Legacy Memory is going to special summon from the deck a purple Nightfall. Then end our turn. Okay, sure. What's going on here? If you're not in the same column as the Morningstar, you can't destroy it by battle. So how do we deal with it? Gilgamesh setting up the Pendulum Scales. Also triggering the lib to spin a card in the field back into the deck. You triggered that by putting it in the graveyard. Okay, we got Orthros, and we got our Ragnarok into our Pendulum Scales, making our Machine X again that was spun back. We're going to trigger the Ragnarok to reborn a monster from the graveyard on the summon of a double D. Orthros going to pop the back road, taking out our Fusion. Goodbye to the World Armor. All right, and no disruption whatsoever. We don't have 2 material. We don't have a face-up Dark Contract. We essentially just have a Blue Eyes White Dragon on the field. Okay, very easily we could dismantle this field. Blue Knight, come forth and Shokan into the column of 2 cards, searching our deck for a Gursu. Gursu is here, linking this up into, what the heck is that? The Mech Knight Spectrum Supreme. This card could attack directly if it's the only card in its column. It's not. If this card in the extra monster zone points to no monsters, it cannot be destroyed by card effects. Also, your opponent cannot target it with card effects. You can send one other card you control in this column to special summon a Mech Knight from your deck. Let's go. Send the card in the column, summon a Mech Knight. We're not done. We were just using it to link up into Access Code Talker. 5,300 attack, boost up, wipe up the Machine X, over 9,000 damage on the field, lethal. All right, let's go. Top 4 of the perfect ban list. Now, what is Hovness doing when Tearlament is technically banned? When we have a deck type banned, you're still allowed to use 2 cards from that banned deck type in case you wanted to tech them into another deck. But maybe we should unban Tearlament. Let me know since the deck is not doing so hot anymore. And this is against Tri-Brigade Leerlusk. Victinium not playing Madolche. That is wild. Hajime. Something here's got to get banned. We need a perfect ban list tournament. What is this? This is negate anything, negate a monster effect, spin 4 special summons back. It's like 6 disruptions. Let's go. Can Virtual World play through this? There's no way. Tribute summoning for Lily. We're going to send from the deck to the graveyard to special summon another Lily. Using the effect of Robin to spin it back to the hand. Battle phase. Well, we are big enough to take out the Robin. That's crazy. Robin is adding back the Canary after being destroyed by battle. DD Crow onto the Quing Long. Ooh. It does banish as a cost, so he did miss out on his chance to activate it. GG is going to attempt to send another one from the deck to the graveyard, but GG will get negated. Negate. It's a hard once per turn. And the Lily already activated. We have not activated Lalo yet. And the final negate comes through. Apex Avian, negate. Leerlusk Tri-Brigade definitely going to be making it into the grand finale here, as Virtual World is completely out of plays. Samorg, not during your own end phase, but during both end phases, summoning the Apex Avian back on the field. Tri-Brigade Karass is going to be banishing to summon Shireg Omen. Banish 4. On summon, banish the Lily, open field, 13,000 damage. We have a negate, monster negate, on summon, banish. We didn't even have to use our impermanence. It just like that, Virtual World knocked out of the tournament. Victinium is going to the grand finale. We have Madolche Vernishlith versus Scareclaw. Begin. Scareclaw looks like it's built to be going second. We have Lightheart on summon. That's going to be searching for the field spell. We're on summon number 2, by the way, with that impending Nibiru. Summon number 3. Summon number 4. It's summon number 5. Do we Nibiru? Not yet. Not yet. Lightheart is here. Activating again. Not hard once per turn. Bro, it's too late, isn't it? Like now, is it unaffected actually? Is that light and dark? That's light, that's dark. It's literally unaffected from Nibiru. What the heck? No, it's too late. The Chaos Angel, mate. Unaffected from monster effects. And we're going to look at your hand and spin a card back. Probably not worth it. What did we dealt with a single light heart off of a Nibiru? Ain't no way. Okay. Come to me, Vernissalifin. We're going to be searching for the petting sore. Reborning our Angeli. E-Con, take control of the Angeli before going to activate. Vernissalif, discarding the petting sore, searching for the duck. Reborning from the graveyard, our petting sore. And it's time to get petting. Come forth, putting Sis, Shokan into the glass. Glass could return cards from either player's graveyard back into the deck. We're going to be making a Chocolate. Chocolate, return a monster back to the deck, activate her effects, summon a Madolche from the deck, come forth and Shokan into Angeli that you took control of. How do we deal with the Unstoppable Angel? Hoot Cake, banishing for the graveyard to come forth and summon the Messenger. Messenger, come to me, Chateau. Chateau, going to recycle cards in the graveyard back on the deck. Triggering the Chocolate again, summoning a Messenger, searching again for a Salon. Salon performs an additional summon with a Madolche in the hand. We're going to make Tiramisu. But the Chaos Angel is unaffected from monster effects. What are we doing? We're going to spin 2 Madolches back into our hand to return 2 cards on the field, up to 2 back into the deck. Setting up the Promenade, which could negate the Chaos Angel. We do have the out. But not this turn. Let's take out the Angeli. Hold up. Angeli, summoned with Hoot Cake, is indestructible by battle. Is this lethal damage? Ain't no way we took control of it. It's not enough. It's not enough. Down at 2,400. Shokan to the Sistart, protecting our face-up cards from being targeted. Face-up back row, that is. And we could just negate the Chaos Angel. This is far from done. We're searching for our Rykart. We're going to use Arrival to reborn the Vsauce from the graveyard, getting negated, getting fingered by the Call by the Grave. Banish and negate. Now what? Now what? Now what? The Arrival targets, unfortunately. Rykart searching for another rival. That's right. It is not hard once per turn, but there's nothing left worth special summoning as we go to the battle phase and start swinging. MP2, Arrival, arrive onto me. He can't use the Promenade. He has to save it for the Chaos Angel. But Goose got an attack? What is going on? We are making Zeus. Zeus, send the entire field to the graveyard. But Chaos Angel's unaffected from your own monsters, right? Synchros are unaffected by monster effects activated by your opponent only. We have 1 Promenade. If we negate Zeus, we cannot negate the Chaos Angel. What's it going to be? We are negating. Negate the Zeus. So how do we deal with the Chaos Angel? Completely unstoppable. All right, we didn't have enough materials to double field wipe. Salon activating, could not set anything because we only have a single Promenade. We are going to link with the Chaos Angel into an Underworld Goddess. You thought I needed my Promenade negate. We did not. Activate. Negate all monsters, Angeli summon for the deck, Petting Sore, activate, come forth and summon, putting Sis from the hand, Shokan into Tiramisu. Tiramisu is going to be wiping the entire field, sending it back into the deck. Chateau returning the Hoot Cake back in the hand. How many summons are we on? I don't even know. You're not additionally summoning into a Nibiru, are you? No, we're not. Lethal damage. Very well done, Alpaca. Damn. Going into the grand finale, we have at the bottom Madolche Vernissalif versus Lyrilusk Tri-Brigade. Grand finale of the perfect ban list. The top YouTube comments are going to decide what we further ban. Hajime. Fenrir limited to 1. That was the YouTube comment recommendation, and we did it. And we just opened up our 1 Fenrir. We have Spin Back 4 special summons. We have Negate 1 monster and take control of it. And we have Droplet Negate. And we also got the DD Crow, banish a card from the grave. Ash Negate, a search or special summon from the deck. Pancratops is going to lead. in the lead, attempting to spin it back. We're going to use the effect of the Pankratops right here, right now. Going for the Robin, so you cannot spin back. But, oh my god, we get countered by the Almirage. We were supposed to Pankratops pop the back row card because the Almirage can protect any monster on the field, just a monster. Robin protected. Called by the Grave onto the Almirage to negate. So we don't think so. We actually accounted for that. So no, we should not have popped the Droplet. We correctly went for the Robin. But now we're missing a called by for a DD Crow or Ash Blossom, but we do have double called by. Returning back to the hand, our Swallow. Special summon the Fenrir. Again, if the Fenrir gets taken control of, this is a big deal. Do not activate the Fenrir. If he did not, well, we don't know yet actually. After this chain resolves, the Fenrir is going to be asked the question, do you want to activate? We're going to use Droplet to negate, not the Fenrir, just the Hoot Cake. Baiting the opponent to use Fenrir. Victinium is begging, please use the Fenrir. No way. He's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. He ended. He knows. He knows to not give control of that Fenrir, making it activatable for Victinium. Canary reborn a monster from the graveyard. Cobalt activate to search for a Nerval. I don't know, YouTube. I think we maybe have to straight up ban Tri-Brigade or Leerlusk. Maybe the whole deck type we have to hit. I don't know if there's a single card that we could really hit here that solves this. Maybe we got to the point where by banning all of the other deck types and all the other cards that this deck is too dominant. Now I'm all for powerful decks in a perfect banlist format, but a sole dominant deck, is that the case here? Only if we fear for the further tournaments that this will be the sole deck that keeps on winning. Come forth in a Zeus. We have triple field wipe. Wipe the field 3 times. Evenly matched, not activatable. Well, if you take control of my Hoot Cake, I could then banish the entire field but 1 card. Thank you very much. Played right into the evenly matched, banishing everything but the Zeus, with enough for triple field wipe at 5,000 life. We need 2k more damage on the field, and we do have a Canary that we're not going to be activating, reborning a monster from the graveyard. Do we not have a good Exceed play? We do not. That locks us into Exceed only. Hoot Cake off the top of the deck. Vernissalif sending to the graveyard, getting a massive negate from the Ash Blossom. Not going to be able to search nor reborn from the graveyard. I think this is it. And just like that, game 1 is going to be going to Victinium. Let's go to game 2. Fenrir is here as we then open up with our Petting Source special summon. Ash negate from summoning the Pudding Sis from the deck. So we have a negate, a pop, and a face-up card banish. Let's go. Opening up with a Tenki, not using Dryden to pop it, stopping from searching for a Fractal that we already had, so that was actually a Jabate. Sending the Cobalt Sparrow to then special summon the Turquoise to reborn it. We're going to banish the Sparrow with our hard once per turn Fenrir banish. One of our disruptions are now gone. Come to us, Nerval. I guess he didn't want the Exceed to be untargetable potentially. Discarding the Fractal with the 1-for-1 to special summon the Wagtail. Wagtail searching for the Bird Call. Normal summon Nerval. Before it could be banishing a card from the graveyard, we're going to be popping it, searching for a Caress, which could discard a card to special summon. Making Assembled Knighting Blue. I had the idea. Maybe Zeus needs to be banned. Just Zeus. Ban Zeus, and then you don't have to worry about this happening. Is Zeus really bannable? Is it worth banning? We're going to negate. But we can't negate because there is Quadra Material. Double field wipe, dodging the negate, goodbye to everything, and then we still have a follow-up play. That's quite nasty. It's not that Zeus itself is that big of a deal, it's the decks that can abuse Zeus, giving it 4 material. maybe we ban Downward Magician, and that would be a way to balance Zeus out more to make it less likely to have that 4 material, making it play around and negate. Make it a bigger commitment. It's kind of like banning Gossip Shadow instead of Rongo. Ban the card that makes Zeus broken. Robin is here, ready to spin back any special summon monster. It's also untargetable thanks to the Simorgh. Simorgh also summoning an Apex Avian for a negate. I believe TCG they banned Simorgh, so maybe that's an option. Hoot Cake attempting to special summon a monster from the deck, going to get negated. Now all you have left is triple special summon spin back. Hoot Cake back in the deck, and we're actually scooping it up as we return the Apex Avian back on the field. A definitive, decisive victory for Leerlusk Tri-Brigade. 2-0 victory. I do have the scores incorrectly here. And just like that, lethal damage. This deck is way too good. The perfect Banlist tournament. These were all the cards that are banned. Here are the floodgates. Here are the cards. Holy moly. Here are the banned deck types. Thank you very much. Very nice icons. You only have 2 copies of a card that are mentioned in these. So do consider this when suggesting anything else that we should be banning. Now, let's get to the bottom deck, the top 4. Kraken, Scareclaw. Is there anything bannable in this deck? If you would consider something bannable, it could be the Fenrir, which you all decided to limit to 1. And I think everything else is healthy with the main deck. What about the extra deck? Is Zeus something we want to potentially hit? I mean, at best, he's only 2 material Zeusing. I think a 2 material Zeus is not that big of a deal. Or 3 material Zeus, that is. 3 material Zeus is fine. I think it's balanced. Moving on, we have Virtual Worlds. Are we carrying on with the theme of everyone abusing Zeus in some way? Zeus is here. Zeus is going to actually be 4 material with this deck. I think with the Gaia Charger, right? Rank 5 or 6, swings in, you put on the Gaia Dragon, then it's got the 4 material. So what are we going to do? We're going to ban everything but Zeus. We're going to ban Gaia, Gaia ban, Downward ban, anything that gives Zeus 4 materials, we ban it, or we just go for Zeus. You tell me, or maybe you just leave Zeus alone. Alpaca with the Verniculif Medulce. Very well done for you. Good job. And there is the extra deck. And of course, also a Zeus Abuser, which we could give it 4 material with the Dryden. We go Chakanine, Dryden into Zeus, 4 material. And then the best deck, Victinium. Leerlusk Tri-Brigade 2-0 victory in the grand finale. Ideally, we'd have a good back and forth over 3 games. And the 2 games didn't really seem that close. I think he clapped second place a little too easily. So for that, we have to figure out a way to potentially hit this deck, but it's not up to me. It's up to the top YouTube comments. This deck really does abuse Zeus. If we take away Zeus, does the power of this deck really go down? Their turn 1 was ridiculous. He had an Apex Avian, a massive Robin, plus a UDF. Maybe we go the way of TCG where Simorgh is banned. If we want a perfect banless tournament, maybe we should take some notes from TCG and OCG in addition to Master Duel, and maybe we should be banning the Simorgh. If you want to suggest that in addition to some other changes, we could do that. We'll do the top 5 comments on what we should ban. All right. And there you go. That is the perfect ban list on our never-ending quest to have the most perfect ban list. We're not trying to push the game back to the Stone Age. We're trying to just have a perfect version of Yu-Gi-Oh!